It's a nice and lovely Saturday evening. Now you're tuned to Invicta 98.9 FM. It's 4 o'clock and it's time for the Never Dull Moment program on radio. That's Ground Zero. Ground Zero is a program where we pick up topical issues in the polity and discuss them with you, the listener, and the guests and analysts that we have in-house. We always try our best to make sense out of some of those items that may seem senseless. My name is Ehis Adon. You can call me the Peacemaker. And today on the program, we shall be looking at one particular item that is putting Nigeria once more on the global map. This time around, do we say for good or for bad? You will be the judge, but we'll try our best to understand what all of these issues are. I'm sure the name Hush Puppy is not one that is strange to most Nigerians again, young or old, and even parents use it as example now to warn their children not to grow up to be a hush puppy. That's what we'll be looking at on the program today. Hush Puppy and presently the scam where he has been indicted and undergoing prosecution, and of course new information that is coming to light in respect of what recently transpired between him and of course the Nigerian Super Cup. I am being careful mentioning his name because his name is one name that many Nigerians have come to associate with giving results when things are becoming tough. One of the few persons that would always come up and help to sort out and resolve these issues. I am talking about Abba Kyari, DCP Abba Kyari, whose name appeared as one of those persons that are associates of Hush Puppy, the one that is presently undergoing a trial in the U.S. over a $1.1 million fraud. And all the flakes and flax that are coming out of all of that, we'll be looking at them today in the course of the program. I hope that you keep the dial locked on, and together we'll look at these issues and try to understand all of them and see how these resonate with everybody and what sense we can make out of it. My guests on the program today are first Democrat to the core as it can be, in the person of Bako Abdul Usman. He is the President Campaign for Democracy. Abdul Bako, you are welcome to Ground Zero this evening.
It's a pleasure being with you. Good evening, listeners.
I also have with me a good governance advocate, one that has a passion for development of our nation and working at the grassroots. He is from the Coalition of Association in Leadership, Peace, Empowerment and Development. He is Danjuma Abbas Dangwa. Danjuma, you're welcome to Ground Zero.
Thank you very much, Hisabo, and good evening to the listeners there.
Okay. You, the listener, can also be a part of this program today by going to our various social media platforms and adding your voice to the conversation. And you can start from going to the Invicta FM Facebook page at Invicta FM Kaduna, Invicta FM Kaduna. That's the Facebook handle, and for the Facebook page is Invicta FM 98.9. Invicta FM 98.9. That is the Facebook page. Or you can go to the Invicta FM Twitter handle at Invicta FM 989. At Invicta FM 989. That's the Twitter handle of Invicta FM. And not forgetting too that on Instagram it's also at Invicta FM 989. At Invicta FM 989. We are on YouTube at Invicta FM Live. That's Invicta FM Online TV. That's the YouTube handle of Invicta FM. And all of these are platforms where you can reach out to us. And of course, I'm sure you know by now that you can always watch us live on the Facebook page of Invicta FM. You watch the live video stream of what we are doing right now in the studio. And also drop your comments there, right there on the page. And let's take it from there. Many people will call it Hush Kiari Gate. Hush Kiari Gate. That's what many people would call it. But I call it just one of those other things that happen. Now, so many people have had so much, but I'll just try and compress and do a summary for you. Not forgetting too that the Invicta FM website is www.invictafmng.com. invictafmng.com. That's the website of Invicta FM. In case you don't understand why the U.S. government, through the FBI, is looking for our super cop, Abba Kyari, I'd like to break it down for you so that you understand all of the nitty-gritty of it. And I'll be doing that by bringing it down to the level of everybody so we can all understand it. Abdul Rahman, popularly called Hush Puppy, and his friend Kelly Chibuzo, Vincent, and their other Yahoo gang, which included a Kenyan in the name of Juma, Abdurrahman Juma. They defrauded a Qatari citizen to the tune of 1.1 million naira.
Dollars.
Dollars. If we go by today's estimate, I'm talking about something in the region of 500 and something million naira. That's over $500 million naira. And after the deed has been done, Hush Puppy sent some money to Chibuzo, who was living in Abuja as at that time. The money that Chibuzo got was his commission as part of the deal, because he was one that arranged how they created a website to clone a particular website of one bank where the man that was being scammed, they had purported that they have secured a loan for the man. So Chibuzo got his own part, but unfortunately, Hush Puppy did not pay him his full money as agreed, and Chibuzo was very angry and told Hush Puppy to pay him up. After much, Hush Puppy refused to pay him. So Chibuzo, since he's the one that created the website and also the American phone number and also a white man that also spoke with the man they were scamming, now decided that he will go behind them and contact the Qatari citizen. And in the process of that, he revealed to the man that it's a scam and all of that, that he's a rightful person, that the person should channel every money through. In the Yahoo world, they call it, he was trying to hijack their job. And that got Hush Puppy angry, and he contacted Abba Kyari, who he has known before now, and told Abba Kyari, DCP Abba Kyari, to help him deal with Chibuzo, that Chibuzo was trying to hijack his job, and they had a deal, and Abba Kyari accepted, and eventually they arrested Chibuzo. Unfortunately, Abba Kyari took pictures of the arrest and everything, exposing himself. All the conversation and everything is in the deposition in the court, which I have the full. I'll put it on the Ground Zero page later for those that are interested in reading the full details of it and see what it is. And when all of this happened, unfortunately, Abba Kyari gave Hush Puppy a particular particular bank account to pay money into. It wasn't Abba Kyari's bank account, but one of his boys. And monies were paid into the account and all of that. And Chibuzo was locked up for over a month. And even when Chibuzo was brutalized and dealt with, the pictures were sent by Abba Kyari to Hush Puppy. And in the course of all of this, eventually Hush Puppy got arrested, and through investigation, they came out with all of this. It's very, very long. The document, the deposition is about 69 pages, which I may not be able to read right here on the program, but I'm just trying to skip and jump and give you the real details of it. Now, the FBI is requesting that the Nigerian government should release Abba Kyari for prosecution because Nigerian government is also part of the Interpol, that's Police Without Border.
Yeah.
Now, the big question is, with all of this, what would happen? But luckily, the FBI, I understand, have contacted our government about 2 times within the past week to get Abba Kyari released for prosecution. Meanwhile, the Inspector General of Police has set up a team to investigate him. At the same time, the Police Service Commission is also saying that Abba Kyari will be investigated, and if he is found guilty, they may either sack him or they may get him. They may either sack him or demote him, but he will be dealt with if he is found guilty. I'll just also try, and the Police Service Commission says it will determine the fate of the commander of the IGP Intelligence Response and Monitoring Unit, Abba Kyari, the Deputy Commissioner of Police, indicted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation for alleged involvement in a $1.1 million internet fraud. The commission also noted that Kyari might face dismissal or demotion and criminal prosecution if found culpable in the fraud allegedly perpetrated by an Instagram by Ramon Abbas, popularly known as Hush Puppy. And Federal Bureau of Investigation criminal complaint lodged at the United States District Court in California had listed Hush Puppy and Kyari among 6 suspects indicted in the international fraud conspiracy. That's the main gist. But meanwhile, the names of those that are all involved in the scam: Abdurrahman Juma, he's a Kenyan citizen. We have Vincent Kelly Chibuzo, he's a person that was hushed by Abba Kyari. Rukayat Motunrayo Fashola, she is a Nigerian based in the US. And we have Bola Tito Tawakali to Adbabiaka, also based in the US. The beauty of this whole thing is that even in scam, we have the full representation of the 3 major tribes. Hush Puppy is a Yoruba man, Chibuzo is an Igbo man, Abba Kyari is a northerner. I laugh not because I'm happy.
And there is that gender balance.
Yes, there is also gender balance in the whole scam and all of that. Well, this is where we are now. But the big question is, 1, is Abba Kyari guilty? 2, what would we say was his role in actually, was it an active participant in the fraud scheme as it were, or just an accomplice? Then 3, the crime that was committed, and Abba Kyari, will the Nigerian government release him for prosecution? So many questions. Let's get to understand all of this. I'd like to start from Danjuma Abbas Dangwa. First, what does this say in view of the fact that the person in the eye of the storm now, Abba Kyari, has been seen as one super cop that has been able to get results? I remember the arrest of Evans, the popular kidnapper. I remember cases of kidnappers that were also rescued in the Kaduna Abuja, kidnapped victims that were rescued by his team, and the kidnappers arrested along the Kaduna Abuja Expressway, and several other cases like that all across the country where Abba Kyari has been able to score, make the police force proud, and also the standing ovation and recognition given to him at our National Assembly. And now we are here today.
Well, I do not know how to put this more succinctly. The Abba Kyari is finding himself in a system that does not protect an officer that is supposed to enforce the law, from being vulnerable to falling into becoming a criminal himself. Everything that we're doing around fighting corruption and all will have been unnecessary had we a police force and a system that ensures that there is very good policing in Nigeria. And Abba Kyari is finding himself in that kind of mix. What are the issues? You have gone to see police barracks. Police barracks are around us. They are one of the worst boarding or housing facilities you will find now if you travel to Zonkwa, for instance, is a police barrack. The sewers are nearly open. These policemen are buying uniforms for themselves to wear. They are using their torchlights. They've put the batteries in it. They have to fuel their vehicles to go and do that bit. Except, of course, in the event where you are the person who comes forward to say, let's do this. So in all of what policing have been for us in this country, if anybody would say that, I'm not surprised with everything being said about Abba Kyari today. The same security operatives are used during elections.
Mm.
They are used to go to clamp down on the rights of citizens and award to thugs, hardened criminals, the right to maim, harm, and cut away ballot boxes on election day. And they just have to just look away. So the process, the area of use that somebody who is just on uniform, that you just know somebody in uniform and you can call him and ask for a favor that is outside the books is already something that we are familiar with. However, that this level of service to the point that I have to snap picture and share to show that I am worthy of my pay
or gratification.
Whatever. No, my pay is service. And you are doing that illegal activity under a uniform. Smells. The policing system that we have today, because I don't want to talk about Abba Kyari without talking about the kind of system that produces people like Kyari.
Okay.
Right? So the policing system that we have today, you have citizens who are going around non-conscripted, uncommissioned, who are going around in the name of civilian JTF, causing harm, doing harm, and dealing badly with people. You have seen all these ticketing boys that are on our roads that don't care whether they could put road users in harm's way, just standing on the road, stopping bikes, everybody,
dragging them, using sticks and cudgels
to stop people, and whenever you have a squabble with them, then they won't take you anywhere. You won't see the Kaduna State Board of Kaduna State Internal Revenue Service. No, you won't see FIRS come. No, it is the police that will come in and show you that these people are more legitimate than you are. So this is the system. I do not want to even go into the nitty-gritty of how much. Let's just take, for instance, established businesses like banks now. For instance, are remitting every week, every month, as either in the name of grants or donations to the Nigerian police force, when the real sense it is extortion. So you have a system that is so strengthened at extorting from the citizens, making citizens pay twice as much for their rights to do business, and all of these funds that are accrued do not go into the coffers of government. I want to say that, in fact, the kind of revenue generating system within our forces is more sophisticated and more reliable than what the federal government of Nigeria is having within revenue collection. Even Kaduna Internal Revenue Service cannot boast about collection efficiency like you have within the forces. Yes, returns.
Multi-level
returns. And all of these things are happening. If these returns are being given, how do you expect an officer who is benefiting from such this thing look away, not to look away from some certain kind of wrongs and criminality? So in all of this, let us look at the system that produces people like Kerry.
Okay.
The armed forces or the Nigerian police force today should be ashamed that we are getting to export our shame to international level at night. It is not. We cannot discount that these things are not happening. They are happening. But however, that the person being mentioned now is Abba Kyari, whom we would have wished that these things that are being said of him is not true. But let us look at the FBI, how the FBI investigate cases.
Yeah.
I mean, Hillary Clinton was standing for elections and she was being investigated, and there was no arrest, until even after elections, and the investigations were found to be whether weighty, or not. These are not people who say bring him when they are not certain that they really have gotten the substance and substantial evidence.
Bring him, lock him up,
yes,
beat the truth out of the person.
They say bring him. That's what FBI is saying now. Bring him. They are not asking that they want to have audience with Abba Kyari to question him. They have finished investigation.
Yeah.
They are certain that he has a case to answer.
Yeah.
And so the entire thing now is left now on the part of the Nigerian government to really, come out clean around this. Because you cannot have a system that protects, and advances, that provides an enabling environment for people to come up with good intentions into our forces and end up being so corrupt that we are that we could be not proud of. Imagine Tafa Balogun's case. Imagine the other IGPs that have happened. Imagine the fact that if not because of probably the sanctity or sanctification that comes with association around the top echelon of government, how many of them will still be having the right to retire home and retire home in peace?
Big question. They only have the answers. I come to Bako Abdul Usman now. You have had all of this, and in a democracy, 21st century Nigeria, this is happening. What do you think should be this position of the federal government, knowing that, first of all, we are a sovereign nation? Yes, we might have signed to different international charters and agreements, but primarily we are a sovereign nation. And of course, even in all of this, Abba Kyari, well, using still our standard in a broken system, is one corp that's been recording successes.
So, I so much like the narrative of my colleague Bas here, and I so concur with him. You see, if we are to have a democratic and a civil and a civilized country called Nigeria, nobody should live above the law. Abba Kyari is not above the law, and Abba Kyari's for a very long time, we know that his modus operandi has gone against human rights activities in this country. For those who look at him to be a super cop, as for me, I don't look at Abba Kyari to be a super cop. Neither I look at Abba Kyari to be an opportunist within a system that is not clean. If we have a robust system that is very, very clean, people like Abba Kyari should be addressed rightly as violators of human rights in civic democracy. And again, if you go, as Abbas rightly said, not all institutions in America are not institutions that will say they are perfect, but to a large extent, those institutions live above board.
Yeah.
Not like our own case here, where Abba Kyari, as a DCP, was given that automatic ticket not to be answerable to anybody except the IG of police. Abba Kyari was directly under the IG of police. And if you go back inwardly and look into history, the NSAS came, and we have issues in Lagos State that warrant the presence of Abba Kyari, and not just one, not just twice, not just 3 cases, but I think about 7 cases that were evidently similar in character, and no one, he never came up to attest to all those cases. So for me, I look at Abba Kyari just to be an opportunist. He has played a very vital role in quelling a lot of activities that happen negatively within the society, but I still look and have questions regarding his moody of operandi, as the case is.
Yes, his mode of operation. And of course, you've just said it the way it is. We live in a system where it is what it is, but should it be that way? Let's take some messages. When we come back, we'll move on with this discussion and, of course, see how we can really and sincerely make sense out of all of this. You're listening to Ground Zero on Invicta 98.9 FM. Keep the dial locked. We'll be back soon.
Kowa na buƙatar sanin abin da ya dace da shi, walau budurwar da ta dace da kai ko kuma saurayin da ya dace da ke. Yaya lamarin katifar da ta dace da jikinku, shekarunku, tsarin rayuwarku kuma daidai da aljihunku. Sai ku ziyarci www.mocha.com/buyright ko ku shiga shagon siyar da katifar Mocha domin zaɓar katifar da ta dace da ku. Katifar Mocha ta sami yabo da amincewa daga ƙwararrun ma'aikatan lafiya. Katifar Mocha, samun natsuwa a cikin rayuwa.
Yawwa, kamfanin da ke yin fenti wanda kuka sani tun da dadin nan, fentin da ka yi fentin gidanka da shi zai zama kaman gidan Turawa. Princess and Honey Paint suna nan garas da iri-iri fenti wanda in ka yi fentin gidanka da shi zaka gan gidanka garas kaman sabon amarya. Suna da fenti iri-iri kaman test coat, emulsion, gloss, wall satin, flex coat, matte emulsion. Duk wannan fenti wanda nake bayyana maka in ka yi fentin gidanka da shi zai sa gidanka yas kaman sabon amarya. Duk fenta da contractor ku ruga yanzu ku je baban shagon su ku je ku samu fentoci mai kyau wanda zai sa gidajenku kai kyau kaman sabon amarya. Baban ofisin su yana Mass Shopping Plaza kusa da MRS Filling Station, Stadium Roundabout, kuma suna BZ Sadauna Christian gaba da Junction Road, Kaduna. Akwatin wayan mu 070 63 48 6102 070 63 48 6102. Maza ku je ku samu naku.
Up. Your worries over the agricultural produce on your farm is over. Connect with a firm that takes the lead and is master on seeds and seedlings. We are the All Green Seeds Limited. The All Green Seeds specializes on improved seeds for crops like rice, sorghum, maize, soybeans, improved seed yam varieties, seedlings for tree crops such as cashew, mangoes, guavas, apples, coconuts, oranges, pawpaws, neem, teak passion fruit, date palm, otherwise known as debino, jack trofa, and suckers for either bananas or plantains. Also, at the All Green Seeds are other agricultural services that are globally inclined. Reach out to us at Plot H9, Kaduna Industrial Layout, behind Sunglass, Kaduna, or call us on 080-2922-6315 or 081-3305-3549, or email us at theallgreenseeds@yahoo.com or on our website on www.theallgreenseeds.com.ng. The All Green Seeds. Good seeds, great produce.
Your permanent voter's card enables you as a registered voter to exercise your civic right to vote in the general election. Without it, you cannot vote. If you or anyone you know has registered previously but have not gotten the permanent voter's card (PVC), please visit cvr.inecregistration.org to find out where you can pick up your PVC. Your vote is your voice.
This information was brought to you by Kaduna State Concerned Citizens.
Oga, haba, no cough for our face now, eh? Cough into your bent elbow. With this coronavirus, we be say they everywhere, and you don't even wash your hand with soap before you begin eat. You're supposed to wash your hand for at least 20 seconds with soap under running water, or make you for use hand sanitizer.
Make I jejely go sit down for another chair. Make I far from you small. Make una free me, I beg.
I beg, make you no vex. e go better make all of us shift well, make we for dey far from each other small, so that we go fit prevent the spread of this coronavirus.
Make you take responsibility to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Avoid area where people plenty and make you give at least 2 meters physical distance from other people dem. Wash your hands with soap and running water regularly and make you no dey touch your eyes, face and mouth if you never wash your hands.
Make we take responsibility. Make you do it for yourself and all of us. Yeah.
This message now from Federal Ministry of Health, Nigeria Center for Disease Control and them partners.
All right, welcome back from that commercial timeout. You're listening to Ground Zero on Invicta 98.9 FM. Today on the program, we are looking at the Hush Puppy Kyari Gates, and of course, what this portends for first, Nigeria as a sovereign nation. Secondly, our security forces. Thirdly, those that have been empowered to fight crime for us. And fourthly, the anti-corruption fight. With all of this happening, FBI indicting now one of our super cops, in quotes.
I think this super cop something is so overrated.
That is it.
I mean, a super cop for me is somebody who has gone into the service and have come out on a clean slate.
On a clean slate.
You have somebody like that from Cross River now,
full of integrity,
who was never promoted.
Yes.
After seeing all of his mates elevated above his level, he resigned, and he stated that pain, that displeasure, that he went into a system thinking that he had something to give in, but he never knew that the system was not meant for people
like him.
Unfortunate, very unfortunate.
Super cop something is
he's
so overrated.
He's overrated.
So overrated.
Overrated, honestly.
Well, now we are where we are now, and now, what can Nigeria learn from this investigation that was carried out by the Federal Bureau of Investigation?
Oh yes, shame on us. Shame on us, because one, it took our young people who were being brutalized by people like Abba Kyari to come out and say NSAS. And this kind of special units and systems that allows this brutality, this level of extortion, and even creates criminals in our society.
Yes.
Right? And some of us were for, some were even against. So shame on the people who were against. And shame on us when we can really not say that this person is really living above board, above his means. These things are happening right around us. You see people buying cars that, I mean, even if they were donations, what kind of donations will those be? Who is donating this kind of property, vehicles and whatever? For what purpose? Look at the level of extrajudicial killings that are being uncovered as a result of this NSAS protest, especially of young people, whom were presumably nobodies. After all, who will come in and follow through, and give you justice? So it means clearly that for us to have allowed a system to thrive where people can live under the protection of the law to commit illegalities like this and still get away with it, and everybody looks away. I mean, once you get onto that level, you are a friend of everybody. You just name any divisional police headquarters in Nigeria now. The people who are close to the DPO are people who are notorious, who are being seen who are really seen as law-abiding and human rights respecting officers in the way and manner that they execute their jobs and duty. So it's just telling us that all these things that we are managing at local level, believing that we can sweep under the carpet, sweep under the carpet. At the end of the day, you create a mountain under the carpet that elevates your height to that level that everybody can see you.
Unfortunate. We come to Abdul Bako Usman now. Now that we are where we are now, what if you are the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria? What will you do in respect of this case? Hand him over or keep him, or what would you do?
Yes, for me as a president of this country, if I may be, and I'm craving to be one day.
Inshallah.
So, if I am the president of this country, there's no two ways about it. We are calling for the extradition of certain citizens of ours back to this country to face justice. So, if an international and reputable organization like the FBI is calling on the extradition of Abba Kyari, and so be it. After all, we are into treaties that have bound us together on the international policing.
Yeah.
And so we shouldn't try to shade our own where we feel, okay, if Abba Kyari is coming on the social media today to say that he's not guilty, allow him go. Face the juries there in the United States, and I think issues in the United States are not the judicial system in the United States is not as faulty as ours, but we always want people to come back and face justice in our country. So Abba Kyari should be free to go and face justice over there, and if he is guilty, let the law take its course. If he's not, we'll come back to celebrate him as a super cop.
but you know, still looking at it all, really, can you really say what's the business of the FBI in this Abba Kyari case? Because Chibuzo Kelly was in Nigeria. Chibuzo Kelly was dealt with in Nigeria. So let the Nigerian law handle it. What's the business of FBI?
Well, it's an international crime.
It's an international crime.
He did not touch any of the cash. He wasn't part of it. Someone that offended someone that yes, they can the Nigeria, that's the Police Service Commission, can hold him responsible for dealing with somebody on the instruction of somebody.
I am happy you say that there are court documents that you'll be sharing with the listening public. Those documents are cleared, and they have clearly shown that monies were exchanged between Hush Puppy, who is now in the U.S., serving, I think, I judged him.
But no money was paid to Abba Kyari's account directly.
But monies were, I think,
paid to an account provided by Abba Kyari.
Yeah, $1.1 million was paid into monies that were provided. An account that was provided.
About 8 million naira was paid into one account that was alleged to have been the account of one of Abba Kyari's boys.
So let him go as
because that was the language used in that document.
Let him go and explain, and if he's not guilty, we'll welcome him back happily as the case.
But what is it about this case? It's a trial. The Nigerian government Abba Kyari has the right to request for legal representation. From the Nigerian government, he can have an attorney from the Nigerian government.
Exactly.
It's a prosecution, and so he goes in there, and let's see if he's guilty. He's tried there and convicted.
And it's better.
Not, he comes back home.
And it's better for him than being a fugitive, running here up and down and hiding himself for because as an international Interpol, definitely they will come after him as the case is.
It means that probably if he does not submit himself, he becomes a fugitive. It means he can never travel to any of the Interpol, all those signees into the international policing agreement.
Exactly.
Wow.
And then
he's stuck in Nigeria.
And then you can imagine what the face of between such organizations with our own local authorities here could mean for us.
Wow.
With the war against terrorism,
the war against corruption,
with the war against corruption. With the fact that we are also looking for citizens from diaspora every now and then to
not even just looking for citizens in the diaspora, with the procurement of arms from their countries to fight this insurgency we have here.
So as much as possible, for me, as much as possible, you see, this is putting the Nigerian government to the test again on corruption, because this whistle was blown by young people. This whistle was blown by young people. It has been happening for over 6 years. Some people have been saying end SARS, end SARS, end SARS. Everybody wants a system that can deliver. But when the system is hacking down not delivering for the nation, but delivering for some self-serving few. They say end it. And what is happening there? It was corruption.
Yes.
It was just corruption. It was corruption that necessitated the NSAS campaign. So if Nigerian government is right around fighting corruption, here is a test. And before our names are collectively brought into disrepute as citizens of the Nigerian state, let the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria understand that yes, you may want to investigate, maybe prosecute Abba Kyari here, but after your prosecution here, he still has a case to answer
in the US.
and he is to be extradited.
And you see, the NSAS saga has played a very vital role that citizens should look inwardly and address and call for Mr. President to address certain issues. The special anti-robbery squad was strictly on issues against anti-robbery and robbery cases.
Yes.
But they metamorphosed within themselves and gave themselves powers that were not created by the law within the system. They went into internet fraud, which were supposed to be the powers of the EFCC and the ICPC. So you see, there must be something they were looking forward to that led Abba Kyari to this mess we are having today.
081-40,989 and 070-87-800-989 are the numbers to dial to add your voice to our conversation this evening. We have our first caller. Hello, good evening.
Very good evening. Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening. Your guest in the house. Kure is the name.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm not surprised of what is happening presently in this government. They came with mantra of change, but what are we seeing? The corruption is dancing to everybody. I thank God whenever the president elect somebody or appoint somebody, when Nigerians say they don't want, he will force his way out inside where we say we don't want. Thank God. It's not only Abba Kyari. There are many Abba Kyari. It's only that we have never gotten their names open.
Yeah.
I was expecting Abba Kyari to behave as a young DCP, but what are we seeing today? The FBI have started mentioning their name one after the other. We'll get to know many Abba Kyari because I can never believe this administration came with mantra of change that they want to change this country. They want to deceive us by saying that Goodluck have invested some money. Today, headline. Nobody will deceive me. And so far in today's government, it's better for them to take us back to 2015. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Well, Kure, thanks for the call. You've made your point. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Good evening. You're welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Ahmad Sadana Nadelili calling from Sadana Crescent.
All right, my friend.
The first question that I'll ask is, even in Nigeria, people are being prosecuted in where they committed the crime. If I commit a crime in Kaduna, they will not take me to Lagos to go and prosecute me. So why is it that some Nigerians are asking for Abba Kyari to go to US to face prosecution? Is it inferiority complex? I'm not in support of Abba Kyari, really. If he committed a crime, let him answer it here in Nigeria, or let him be prosecuted. I'm not defending him, but I don't know why are we calling him to go to US. Will a US citizen that commit crime be sent from US to Nigeria to face justice? Can that happen? US is not the police of this world. They are not the international criminal justice that somebody can go to jail. So I think if Nigerian law will not allow me to be taken to Lagos to be judged for the crime I committed in Kaduna, why should we take our citizens to US to go and face judgment?
All right.
In fact, if you commit the crime in USA,
all right. You have made your point, and it's well taken. Thank you so much for your contribution. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. You're welcome to Ground Zero. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I am Luca. You are calling from Moravarido.
All right, Luca. Let's have your take on this subject matter.
the issue of Abachari, at least the first caller has said it all. Frankly speaking, a lot of us have been complaining of all this lopsidedness of appointment. So since there's lopsided appointment, the way they are appointed is the way they are behaving, because they were appointed to go and do whatever they want to do. In fact, I expect the government to put more such light. In fact, there will be so many abacharies. Look at what happened in the NPA. Look at what happened in the Accountant General office. So there are very many. All these people that were given appointment without considering who they are. In fact, they were appointed just to go and behave the way they are behaving, and that's why we're experiencing this thing right now.
All right, thank you, Luca. Let's take this other call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, good afternoon. He's on the guest at the studio.
All right, you're welcome to the program.
Good evening.
My name is Comrade Gabriel, Texas man.
All right, Comrade Gabriel.
What I wanted to say, in fact, I commend your people there at the studio because they are saved the minds of many Nigerians. So what I wanted to ask is that why is that anybody who attempted to say that if I this insurgency, for example, because I remember a lady, Air Force lady who almost subdued this insurgency in Katsina, and the man who even took over from Brute, we know what happened to him at the Air Force strike here. Why is it that these people who are fighting this thing within a short period, we heard that they have been indicted or there have been one or two things happening to them? And another thing is that why is that up to today, if our police force are really working just as Abakari attempted to assist the other person in America, you can see what happened in this Bethel Baptist students. In fact, the insurgents are communicating to them that the children are hungry, they gave money. Up to today, nobody can detect where they are and no arrest has been made, despite our being massively registered for this NIN number. So what is actually wrong with our own system here?
Okay.
I think we're supposed to correct our system before we correct other system outside. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Though I really cannot link the two. Probably he's talking about systemic failures.
Yeah.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Yeah, good evening.
You're welcome to the program. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
This is Sam from Sabu.
All right, Sam, let's have your take.
I think your guests have done justice to the issue on ground. But I want to say something. My own is that I think the reason why the U.S. are so interested about this, they have many issues that they have discovered have been swept under the carpet. Like the issue of Wadume and Captain Tijani. What's the federal government saying about it? So since this thing have a link that has to do with something that concerns U.S., the government of today are not ready to fight for true justice on issues. So let them go ahead. I think I back that idea.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will take a couple of more calls and also check our social media handles to see what we have trending there. Yes, we have this call. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening,
Good evening.
Awusko from Nasarawa.
All right, Awusko.
Nigeria is a signatory to many international community obligations.
Okay.
And they must obey that rule. Because the Buhari government corruption will be seen with any dignity. It will extradite immediately Abakari to face the law. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. We'll come back to the studio now. And should we take one more call? Let's see who this is. Okay, we just missed this call. Let's come back to the studio now and talk about this whole thing. You've heard from the listener their angle and what they feel about all of this. There's one particular one raised by Sardauna in Adalili, where he's saying that Abakari committed the crime in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Why can't he be tried here in Nigeria? And really, why can't he be tried in Nigeria?
Well, one, the crime that Abakari is linked to is an international crime, and two, Nigeria has signed to the treaties that this will happen. Thirdly, you do not begin to talk about sovereignty now after you have signed into treaties in the time that you were looking for grants, donations, contributions to set up your systems to function.
Yeah.
4, we have a dysfunctional system that celebrates criminals rather than, condemn them or better yet, rebook or correct them. So imagine Iboli would never have been tried or jailed.
Yeah.
If not because it happened in the UK.
Yeah.
So when we have our funds that are being in these countries and we are asking for their repatriation and they are being returned to us, even when they are being returned, remember again that the agents around that are not being tried in our country.
Yes.
Bagudu Atiku is now governor of KB State.
Yeah.
We have had some of them who had been senators and even former military administrators. Some of them are even still holding government positions today, but they laundered funds belonging to the Nigerian Treasury and stockpiled it in offshore accounts.
Yeah.
Nobody tried them. If anything else, maybe they got a clean bill of health again to still come back and present themselves for public service. So we have a dysfunctional system in Nigeria where where individuals are stronger than institutions and the instruments of law. So in this case, even me myself as a Nigerian citizen will endorse and support that Abba Kyari should be extradited to face the case. If he is guilty, he should be convicted, and should he be found not guilty, he should be acquitted, and there is still a place for him. He's still a Nigerian citizen, notwithstanding.
Even his job will still be there for him to pay.
Of course.
Abba Kyari is not more than Buruji Kashomu. When they declared Buruji Kashomu wanted,
yes,
we were here ready so that he go and face the atrocities he committed. And let's be mindful again that this same case, as Abbas has rightly said, we remember the Malabo case. The U.S. went ahead to even sentence their citizens to prison.
Top executives.
Ours here is still pending.
Yes.
We've not gotten to the bottom line of it, not to say somebody was even put before the counter in a police station, not to say prison. So Sadona and Delili, we should try as much as possible to respect our international treaties and honor them when we are bound to do so.
All right. I guess that's about the sides. And before we go, we would like to also celebrate one of ours. Just some few days ago, that's 2 days ago, Eddie Ochigbo was Diamond +1.
That's great.
We celebrated his birthday. We want to once again wish him long life and prosperity, good health, and all-round blessings. Eddie Ochigbo, happy birthday to you again. Okay. I would say a very big thank you to Bako Abdul Usman, President Campaign for Democracy, for having time to be on Ground Zero today.
His is always a pleasure.
Danjuma Abbas Dangwa.
Thank you so much, Ahis. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, I say this as a parting word, that crime never pays. Any crime you commit, someday, sometime, somewhere, would always catch up with you. And the energy that you put into committing that crime, most especially financial crimes and fraud, if you put those same energies into doing legitimate businesses, you'll still be able to make it in life. Plant a tree today, water it, and watch it grow. May the good mighty Lord bless and keep us all. I am Ehis Adbon. Call me the Peacemaker. We'll see you on Tuesday for another package of the program, Ground Zero on Invicta 98.9 FM.